Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Funko Pops from the My Hero collection. It's a little bit different from our Pokemon videos, but let's try it out.
Yeah, now just before we get started, I just kind of want to go over how we actually got into Funko Pops. At first, I used to thought these guys were stupid, and we never really bought any. But I happened to subscribe to one of those Loot Crate boxes, and I got my first Funko Pop that way. I'm pretty sure it was either Han Solo from the most recent, or the first Star Wars movie of the last trilogy, or it was dark brown. I got a dark brown Funko Pop, and I got a old Han Solo Funko Pop, and that's kind of what started. And then I bought my third one, which was the first one I actually bought myself, which was the Green Ranger Funko Pop, which we'll be doing later. And then my younger brother here started buying them too. And before we knew it, we had a whole collection.
Yeah, I believe the first two I purchased were for Christmas for one of my brothers, and I got, I believe, Ultra Instinct Goku and Bruce Willis from Die Hard. So that's how I got it started.
Yeah, so we're going to start by doing our collection of some of our My Hero Academia Funko Pops. All right, let's get things going. The first Funko Pop we have to share with you is Funko Pop number 251 from the My Hero Academia series. This is a figure of Ochako. She is a classmate of the main character Deku. She had so in My Hero Academia, basically they all have kind of special abilities, or what they call quirks. And Ochaka's levitate allows her to touch something, and she can make it float. And then she could also stop making it float. So if she were to like touch you, she could make you float 20 feet in the air, and then she could stop her quirk, which would just slam you to the ground. So it's a pretty creative quirk, and it actually is quite useful in the series. For this pop, she's doing her pose when she uses her power. So she puts her hands in kind of like a diamond kind of shape, and that's when she's using her power. So it's a pretty basic Funko Pop. So it's a good one to start us off with. All right. So next one, you want to do the next one?
Yeah. So my first pop is I believe it's Golden Age All Might, and this one's pretty much his like intro kind of costume, like where they show him in like it's all his glory, like all Might glory, and it's a pretty good job because he has his little pose where he's holding his arms around the hips, like just to show like that he's in charge and stuff. This is pop number 248, and this is also from the first series of pops, along with Ochaka, and I think we have one more from this first series that he'll show you right now. But that is Golden Age All Might. You got anything to say on this one?
Yeah, well, All Might, he's kind of like the Superman of the My Hero Academia universe, and he's kind of a hero who's gone to the end of his career, and kind of Deku is his successor. Yeah, he's a great character, and doing his kind of iconic pose. And is this what they call the Silverage All Might here suit?
This one's a Golden Age.
Golden Age?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just like Superman, Superman has different suits in the different generations of the media, and so just like Superman, he has like a Golden Age, a Bronze Age, and a Silver Age, and his costume changes accordingly. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, and also from the first wave, I have here Akatsuki, and this is also known as Bakugou in the anime. He is essentially the rival to the main character. So whereas Deku, the main character, is very quiet, very kind and timid character, Bakugou is the exact opposite. He's loud, he's brash, he's in your face. His power is basically explosion. So he has a pretty cool quirk. His ability is he has ability to create these explosions in his hands. He actually inherited the power from his parents. So he has one parent who has the ability to sweat nitroglycerin, and then I believe the other parent has the ability to create like sparks or explosions, and he combines those two attacks or those two abilities together to create explosions coming out of his palm of his hand. His suit, actually, he has these gauntlets, and the gauntlets actually will accumulate and kind of build up the sweat so that he could use it almost like as ammo later on in his battles. And it's really cool because even in the series, he actually could let other people borrow the gauntlets, and they could actually use his ability too with the built-up nitroglycerin sweat that they have. So a very cool, sweaty character. And also part of the first wave of the Funko Pop series.
Yeah, his gauntlets are pretty cool. They're pretty much essentially hand grenades if you really think about it, because it's like, right, like he said, it's almost just built up energy inside his hands.
Oh yeah, and even in the last season, he actually had the ability to actually make grenades out of his sweat and actually hand it to another character to use it later.
Yeah, so that's what I really like about the whole My Hero series. It's just they're real creative with their designs and stuff. So the pops too, I like how they kind of tell a story of how they kind of progress throughout the series. All right, guys. Next pop I got is the main baddie of the series. What's his name? All for One, and he is kind of All Might's rival and just the whole leader of the whole evil organization in the My Hero world. So pretty much, essentially, any sort of criminal kind of background, he's gonna be tied to it. It's pretty cool pop. He kind of just wearing his like normal business attire and just has his mask, but I believe he is from the third wave of pops, and pretty cool overall pop. You got anything to say?
No, it's actually I was just thinking we should show all the different sides of this guy, and even the back, because you kind of see the series that they're a part of, so you can see which other Funko Pops were part of this series of My Hero Academia action figures. And yeah, dude, I really like the All for One Funko Pop. It's just kind of a creepy character. You don't even see his face, and actually, when you do see his face, he doesn't even have eyes anymore. It's just all like skin. So he actually got in a fight with All Might, and All Might kind of tore him a new one. But All Might got mortally wounded as well, and that's why in the current series he can't stay in his powered form. He actually has to revert back to his human form because of the battle that he had with All for One, and they left them both permanently scarred forever. And this character is really cool. He has ability to take quirks from other people, and he basically has a whole collection of quirks at his disposal. So he's kind of like the main bad of the whole series.
Yeah, and him and All Might have probably one of the top 5 anime fights of all time.
Oh yeah, man, it's epic. Yeah.
Just so animation, the dialogue, that's top fight. So, but enough of that. Let's go to the next pop.
All right. Well, I think we've come to the time to show the main character. So here we have Deku Funko Pop figure 596, and this one right here actually has Deku when he starts actually harnessing his power. So this is the inheritor of All for One, which was All Might's power, and Deku initially gets super strength. And what's really cool about Deku is that he actually has some pretty cool power-ups. You never see All Might get like energy forming around him, but in this figure right here, you actually have like lightning going around Deku, which really like reminds me back of like the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and when he powers up. And then you even have like his scar, which is like lighting up, I think. That's pretty cool. And this is also when Deku has this, I think, his first upgraded suit where he has like the reinforcements on his legs so he could not damage his arm. So with Deku, one of the cool things that they did with My Hero Academia is that when he got his power, he couldn't really utilize his power. If he did utilize his power, he'd leave his body destroyed. And he was actually starting to destroy his arms, and his arms weren't able to take a beating anymore. So he had to kind of learn how to adapt, and he actually had someone create some metal leg braces so that he could start kicking. And our legs are usually stronger than our arms, so it was kind of a cool development in the evolution of Deku and his abilities.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this pop, how I said earlier, depending on the waves, you kind of see the progression of the character. This one actually has them doing a full cowling at 20%, so this one was actually a glow-in-the-dark exclusive, so it kind of enhances that. Like my brother said, it shows his scar, so when he was under light and then you put him in a dark room, you would see the energy illuminate as well as his scar. So this is one of the sticker pops I believe we have in our collection.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that. It's one of the glow-in-the-dark pops, and it was an exclusive through Entertainment Earth. So yeah, it's a really cool one there.
Yeah, we have the base set Deku or Itadori, but I don't know, we couldn't find it, so we kind of just hopped on the second portion of his power-ups. Alright, next up is another All Might figure, but this is All Might from UA High School, so in his teacher form. This is like the iconic freaking Anchorman suit that he wears, the yellow freaking suit, and he doesn't wear this outfit more than probably the first like 20 episodes, because later on he loses his power, so I don't think he can feel it, so he stops rocking this one. But he has a pretty good fight scene with one of the Nomus wearing this, but he takes off the what are they called, dress coats or trench coats, and he gets down in that freaking fight. So that's why I like this one. But other than that, I believe there's way more cooler All Might figures out there.
Yeah, no, exactly. This one kind of reminds me back to that fight with that first high-end Nomu, and this is Teacher All Might. So this is a good one.
Yeah, and that is Pop 604 for those of you guys trying to add them to your collection. Most of these are fairly easy to get. You can still pick them up at a reasonable price right now.
All right, and since we're on the subject of My Hero Academia teachers, I think Isawa would be a good next choice. So this is Shota Isawa, and this is him in his hero costume. So this is one of the coolest characters from the My Hero Academia series, in my opinion. Aizawa, his quirk is the ability to deactivate other people's quirk by just staring at them. And it does put a strain on his eyes, so he wears those goggles to protect his eyes. And the more he uses his ability, his eyes start to get all kind of bloodshot and red. And, he kind of acts like his Rakugan Sharingan, kind of. But he's a really cool character. He's basically like a ninja. And one of the cool things with, what's his name? His hero name? Aizawa... Eraserhead, yeah. It's Eraserhead. And so one of his cool abilities is actually a weapon he uses. So his scarf that he wears around his neck is actually a tactical weapon. And I believe it's made out of some strong like carbon fiber kind of material. So he could use it to web sling, tie up villains after he's deactivated their quirk. He's one of the like just coolest badasses in the My Hero series, in my opinion. And he's able to take down much stronger villains using basically essentially human standard strength. He's not super strong. He is definitely almost like an underdog kind of character who is able to kick ass.
Yeah, that was a pretty sick character in the show. At first you're like, oh man, this guy's just like doopy and stuff, but he like grows on you and stuff. But we have his base form too, but like I said, some of our stuff is in storage right now. But yeah, definitely sick pop. Aizawa.
And one thing that took me a while, but I actually didn't really. I realized it right away that this guy is kind of a one-for-one clone of Kakashi, but still cool in his own way. Don't get me wrong. He's not just a straight carbon copy, but he's very similar to Kakashi from the Naruto series.
All right, guys. The next pop I have is Endeavour. Endeavour is the father of Shoto Todoroki, and he's almost like the Vegeta of the My Hero Academia series. So he's the number 2 hero for most of the series, and he's just always trying to catch All Might. But it's one of those things where like the harder you try, then you just can't achieve your goal. But he just like never gives up. So freaking, you gotta respect him for that. And at first you kind of just think he's a dick, but later on you kind of just see his kind of thought process. And he's Funko Pop 785. I believe they have 2 other variants of this one. I think this is just the basic one, but
I think there's also a metallic version, and I think a glow in the dark version as well. Yeah. And Endeavor is a great character in the My Hero Academia series. He's the father of Shoto, who is another pop that we have that we're going to share with you today. And he has some great character development. He definitely comes in and you really, dislike the character or the way he's introduced early on. Rightfully so. The guy kind of did some pretty shady stuff to his family and to get to where he is. But he has great character development, and he has some epic fights in the anime. When he gets a chance to fight the high-end Nomu, I think his name was Hood. It was just a sweet fight. It was, that's one thing you really have to watch My Hero Academia. It's definitely a great anime to watch. And yeah, then Endeavor, his power is fire, and you would think, okay, like what can you do with fire? But this guy could create flames at the bottom of his feet to make himself fly, to propel himself, kind of like Bakugo, very similar to Bakugo. He could also like climb on walls because he'll make his boots really hot, and then he'll kind of just like stick into the side of the walls because they'll kind of melt into place. So he uses his powers in a lot of really cool creative methods. And this guy is formerly the number 2 hero, and currently in the anime, this is the number 1 hero. So for the next Funko Pop we have is Todoroki, Funko Pop number 372. Todoroki, he's the son of Endeavor. Endeavor actually was setting out to have his offspring be the next big hero that could take down All Might, and he actually got in an arranged marriage with a person who had a quirk that he thought would match well with his, and they eventually had a child, and that was Todoroki, and he had a kind of perfect blend of the 2 powers from his parents. So he had the ice powers from his mom and the fire powers of his dad. But his dad kind of went by training him in the wrong way, and Todoroki grew to resent Endeavor. And currently in the series, Endeavor's in the process of trying to redeem himself in the eyes of his son, and actually also his brother and sister. So Todoroki had 3 other siblings who didn't inherit the abilities in the way that Endeavor was looking for, and Endeavor really alienated them, and actually one of his siblings ended up dying because he was trying to become the next best hero, and it was to his detriment. Now I think this pop's really cool. This one actually probably has some of the best artwork. You have the kind of flames on one side of Todoroki and the ice on the other side. And yeah, this is one of the exclusive or limited edition Funko Pops. So this one actually is one of the glow-in-the-dark ones, and this was limited to a convention. Do you know what convention this one was part of?
Not too sure that for this one. It's been a few different conventions, so it's kind of hard to keep track. But
that's a really cool one.
Yeah. And so my next pop is probably my favorite of the whole My Hero pops, and that is All Might in his weakened state. And this is kind of the one where you kind of get like the whole Piccolo vibes in the series. So anytime Deku is talking to All Might in this state, he's kind of giving him that like mentorship. So this is probably the All Might that resonates most with me, because it's truly is that teacher-student relationship. And like, just anytime I hear him, I always just think of Piccolo right away. But it's cool just showing him what he looks like without his powers. So it's good pop. Freaking they captured his anime version of him pretty good with this one. And this is pop 371.
Cool. All right, so I got the last one for today. So this one's one of my favorites from the My Hero series. So this is Akatsuki Bakugo, and this is Bakugo with his more developed hero costume. So this time he's wearing a mask, and he also has some kind of like almost like head thing on the back of his head that almost looks like flames or an explosion. And let's see here. Oh yeah, he's also propelling himself. So he has some like smoke and blast coming from his hands. So he's so he's propelling himself using his quirk. And I think this one looks really cool. Not much to say on it besides this is just a really cool Funko Pop here.
And this one was also a convention special, but because of the whole COVID-19, there was in San Diego Comic-Con for, 2020? So for this one, a few different carriers got sent this Bakugou, so it was kind of hard to purchase. I think I had to purchase from a secondhand seller, because they kind of just went like that, because obviously, just like Pokemon cards, these pops are kind of becoming really hype, so sometimes it is hard to get them, but this one was worth a little bit extra cash. Alright, and the last one I have is actually a Hot Topic. I believe it was an exclusive. It was the Silverage All Might. And this is the second one I have. I kind of just left it in its original packaging. It glows in the dark. I wish I had the pop with me right now, but I don't, so I can't really show you it. But what I can show you is the T-shirt it came with, man. It's a pretty sick shirt. It has what's this, Silverage All Might, and it has the Plus Ultra, and then the like the Japanese writing. And it's one of my favorite shirts to rock around. Everybody always gives me compliments on it, and yeah, if you can find this, I think you should add it to your collection. It's a good little investment because you get a pop and you get a shirt, so it's cool.
Yeah, guys. So thank you for joining us today. We look forward to making more content in the future, and hope you like and subscribe. All right. So I think it's fitting to share Shoto next, or Todoroki. So this is the son of Endeavor, and he actually has two powers. He has hot and cold. In the anime, they actually call him. I think Bakugou calls him icy hot. And he actually has a really interesting story. When he's first introduced, he has a chip on his shoulder. He's, not looking to make friends and unknowingly making a lot of enemies. And pause.
I'll just start that one over again.
Yeah. All right. So for the next Funko Pop here,
She's still gonna. Is that everything? Is that everything? So we can help you and close the door? And this one's glow in the dark too. Just a heads up.
all right. For the next Funko Pop we have here is Todoroki Funko Pop number 372. Todoroki.
Alright, start it over.
All right. So the camera's gonna probably stop soon because it's getting pretty close to the limit.
The hit.